All right, welcome back for just our little video log, you could say, for our build of the Millennium Falcon. And so I want to give you just a little bit of an update on here. There's a few things that I'm waiting on. So I've got some big news, little news with the progress on this. One thing that is the best news that's actually delaying me is what's partly bad news is my client has decided to go for the upgraded light kit. So this is going to now have the light kit that features a Bluetooth connection. So you actually don't have to take apart the device itself the Millennium Falcon itself to get to flipping on the switches and all that. All you can do, you can just go with your app and then toggle the sound to it, because yes, it comes with a speaker too. So you're going to have that to turn on all the sound and everything. And so there's some really, really cool stuff that's going to come. When that decides to come, it's still a couple weeks out. It's actually international, I found out. So we're waiting on that. But I want to show you what progress I do have on here, because so far it's been pretty dang fun. Cockpit. So I've got that finished, and I might have to do a little bit with the decal cracked a little, so there might be a little bit of things where I don't want the light to come through a crack, but there's certain things that I want the light to come through to kind of make it look like a panel is lighting up. So we're working on that, but we've got our seats here, but they're empty. Oh, what do we do about that? Aha! We've got our family photo here. So show you guys individually work I've been doing on the figures. So here is Princess Leia. See if I can get it to... These guys are really small, so it's going to be hard to really focus on this properly. But there is Princess Leia ready to go. We've got Ben Kenobi ready to go into the back seat and just kind of hang out and do his Jedi thing. C-3PO is ready to go. And all his brass copperiness, metallic sheen. Got Luke, so imagine I'm going to be putting this into the either bottom or top. I have to see which is the proper one to actually have him be shooting from. And then in the other is good old Han Solo here. So Han is going to be then doing the other gunner position. And last but certainly not least, we've got Chewie. So this was always the most fun one to build. Pretty much, not build. There was no build to it. Just cut it off the sprue. But the paint job on it, what I did is painted it brown, and then I just kind of did some dry brushing with oils to try to get it a different sheen with it. And then further enhanced it by an oil wash. And then, of course, the metallic parts. Made them there. So that is the figures with it. But I also made some big strides on the craft itself. So let's show you those. All right. So here's where I'm at with it. And man, it's going to be hard to film because it takes up my whole entire field of view with this. So I've got most of the fuselage kind of in a certain order, but as you can see, I need to put in all the little greeblies that are going on the other parts throughout it. These front end, whatever you want to call it, I'm not sure what the technical term is, but he's kind of the forward part is all ready to go and assembled. The bottom, kind of just same thing. I've got a lot of that built with the ramp. I need to do some weathering for that and go to there. But one thing I want to show, I've got this part completed. And I want to show you just some of the detail with the greeblies and all that with this. So you've got parts from, I think, Tamiya King Tiger, tank. Piece from there. Some other stuff that I just haven't built enough armor kits, I think, to be able to identify. But all these itty-bitty greeblies all over this thing. It's just phenomenal looking at all these little details in there. Other part that was really fun. So you have this photo etch for the grill. And very much the easiest photo etch to work with. You have the photo etch that goes in there, and then this covers over it. So you could technically do this without any paint. It'd be perfectly fine. Without any glue. I used some on the outside just to make sure, and some I might even add more because there's, like this one does have a little bit of motion to it. Also debating, might check with my client what they want to do is if I want to do any distressing to here to have where some of these pieces be actually bent in. So I'm looking at doing some things with that. But what I did is you can see just in the right angle is there's kind of these fan blades inside of that. So I painted that white before. We'll kind of do the whitewash into it and did some different effects so you can actually see that detail. Otherwise it's just black and it just blends in with each other. It just doesn't do much. But when you have that little contrast in there, you look in there and boom, you can see those fan blades and it just pops. So that is where we are at. At a point where I'm a little bit hesitant to do too much more building until the light kit comes in. Because when the light kit comes in, then I can go in and put the lighting that goes into the cockpit. So that part there's all sorts of lighting that then the box is going to go here and then have that go into here to where it diffuses the light properly. And you can see I've painted this. So once that's in, I can cover that and protect it for later and go through from there. But that's where we're looking at right now. So hopefully soon, once that light comes in, we're going to be into a little bit more of the interesting phase. But for a little while, it might be very much just a lot of assembly. So you can see all these little teeny bits that are going to take all sorts of different greeblies for those little slots, all those little doodads and stuff. And so I'm going to have to do a little construction there. But I'm surprised how fast this thing is actually coming together. I'm probably going to eat my words as soon as it starts coming to the paint phase and run into some challenges there. But not that I anticipate. Since it's Bandai, it has been just a dream to build. It's been coming together really fast. I haven't ran into a single hitch where I'm like, oh, geez, really? What am I doing? None of that yet. So that's about it. I will check in with you guys and let you know where we're at when we're at the next phase where I think there's some kind of value in presenting some kind of progress. But for right now, we will bid adieu.